Okay, we're just going to wing this whole thing.
I know, yeah.
All right. Hi, listeners. Welcome back to Toxic Waste of Time, the podcast where a Gen Xer and a millennial break down toxicity in every aspect of life and unscientifically rate things as non-toxic, toxic-ish, or a toxic waste of time. I'm your host, Katie.
And I am your other host, Ivy.
Yay, she read my mind. We're so smart. What are we doing today, Ivy?
We're just going to talk about the toxicity in things that a little spinny wheel tells us what number to choose. We are going to do today just icebreakers.
Oops, all icebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get that reference as a Gen Xer? No, that's the face of no. So there used to be a commercial for Crunch Berry cereal.
Oh, all the berries.
And it was Oops, all Crunch Berries.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like, if it wasn't sugary enough, now it's even more sugarier.
The berries were the worst part, but whatever.
I never ate that shit. It was gross. Anyway.
No.
Okay.
Well, I never
Spin that
did
wheel.
either.
Let's see what our random topic is today. By the way, listeners, if you like this format, tell us. If you hate it, you can also tell us. This is something we're trying just as like an unscripted moment because we are both super busy this week and taking a couple of things off our plate, i.e. taking the research off our plate. Anyways, we're going to spin the wheel.
3 is doctors.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Doctors.
What's your relationship with doctors, Ivy?
Well, I don't really mind doctors so much. I did have to come to terms with the fact that all of the doctors are children now.
Yeah, they're so much younger than you.
Yeah, and thanks, Katie. And
They're so much younger than us.
Well, the first time I ever talked to a police officer that was young enough to be my child was weird, but doctors are supposed to be older and wiser than their patients. I could be my doctor's mother. Mm-hmm. And I told her when I was her new patient that I almost didn't choose her because of that. Because it made me feel weird that she was younger than me. Mm-hmm. But it's not weird. It's actually not weird. I was raised by a crazy person who thinks that doctors are idiots. That would be my mother. Her mother, who was not an idiot, her mother always told her that your body knows better. Like you know your body. Mm-hmm. And so it's always driven me insane. And so I usually tend to side with science and not with my mother and her God telling her what's wrong with her body. Mm-hmm. But they have gotten it wrong sometimes. Right?
I mean, humans are fallible, so.
Yeah, and I've had some doctors that I didn't like. I had a doctor. Look, doctors used to be so much better. When I was a little girl, Dr. Grob used to come to our house. Like, they really did do house calls.
Dr. Grob?
Dr. Grob was my pediatrician when I was a child.
He sounds made up.
He's real, and he used to come to our house. And then I remember even in middle school, my brother got terrible poison ivy, like eyes sealed shut, terrible poison ivy. And the doctor came to our house.
Wow,
and then,
cool.
And then at some point, my kids were probably, 11, 12, and our doctor sold his practice to Vanderbilt. Mm-hmm. And it went from him caring about us and asking about things and being attentive and listening to him having 5 minutes with us and then having to roll out on the same little rolling chair he rolled in on. And at that point, it became apparent to me that money is taking over the world and and medicine in this country.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I first need to, in my brain and out loud, delineate between my experience with health insurance and my experience with actual doctors.
Well, that is, yes, that's a thing.
Because they are very different relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go on a rant about health insurance because y'all probably don't need to hear that because you've all experienced it because we're all fucked with it right now.
Health insurance is terrible.
It's not good. Not good. But that's not something that the doctors have a lot of control over.
They don't. In that regard, the doctors also don't like the insurance companies.
Oh, yeah. They're not fans of it either.
Yeah.
I have had great experiences with some doctors, and I've had terrible experiences with some doctors. So it sort of balances out, you know. When I was like 32, I had spinal surgery, and that doctor was incredible. He was my second opinion. So the first one that I went to was like, oh, we're going to have to do a spinal fusion, and we're going to have to do all this crazy shit. And I was like, I'm 32. I got a lot of life left. Are you sure? So I went to this other doctor, and he was like, oh, we can do this minimally invasive with a laser. And I was like, sold. So that's what I did. He was great. And actually, that would have been like exactly 10 years ago this weekend that I had that surgery. He came back early from vacation to do the surgery for me because the nurse who was, you know, she was talking to me about trying to schedule this surgery. And I was like, I'm in so much pain. Like, I don't think I can wait 6 months for this surgery, you know? And she was like, here's what you do. He's on call this weekend. You go to the ER and you tell them he's your doctor and you tell them you need the surgery right now. Oh. And that's what I did. And he came back from his vacation on Memorial Day weekend slightly early so that he could do my surgery. And that was cool as shit.
That was cool as shit. But also he was on call. He kind of had to.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, if you're on call, you're on call.
Yeah.
But I've also had experiences with my general practitioner. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. With my GP who just assumed that all of my problems were because of my weight.
Yeah, we talked about that in the body image. That I still think about that.
It has really bothered me, and it's like a widespread thing with all different body types is that they assume that if you lose weight, it will solve all of your problems, and therefore go get on Ozempic. Like,
I had a friend on Sunday tell me basically the same thing you told me.
Yeah.
About. Yeah, and she's like, everything is my weight. Everything. They don't listen.
Yeah. They won't listen to what I'm actually saying, you know. And like, yes, I'm not out here saying like everybody go just feel free to be obese. That's not what I'm saying. Like, we all need to be listened to. And
there are issues.
There are
weight related issues, but then there are things that are not.
We did the tests. My issue was not related to that.
Right.
I went and got imaging done to prove it, and it's not. So, like, the fact that she was trying to peddle Ozempic to me when she knew my insurance wouldn't cover it because I'm not diabetic, that just tells me, like, she's been bought.
But I don't know how that works. So how does it work where...
There's a thing called a kickback.
Is that what it is? That's what I was asking because...
Yes. That was my assumption about how she handled all of that because, like... I have high cholesterol. That's the issue. I have high cholesterol. So do you.
Yeah,
I
do. I do.
And listeners, we're very different body types of ladies. My high cholesterol is genetic.
Same.
And it's not related to my weight. Yes, losing weight may help, but it's not the primary cause because I don't have plaque buildup in my arteries or whatever. I had the imaging done. And so because it's genetic, wouldn't you think that the first thing she would prescribe would be a medication to assist with the cholesterol, like a statin? And instead, she's like, oh, let's get you on Ozempic that your insurance doesn't cover.
Do you want to know what my doctor put me on for cholesterol stuff? Red rice, yeast, and fish oil.
Gross. Like at the same time?
They're just pills.
Oh.
They're just pills. Jody brings them home from the store.
Yeah, see, I mean, yeah. I'm not going to get into all of my health
and
issues,
oatmeal.
But I've just... That doctor was a really bad experience, but I've also had really good experiences with doctors. It's complicated.
Yeah, I think I've never even thought about the kickback thing with doctors because you don't buy your medicine from the doctor. They write you a prescription, and then you go to the pharmacy, and you pay the pharmacy way too much for those drugs.
And pharmaceutical reps have relationships
but
clinics.
the reps go into the doctor's office to tell them about the medicine, and then when they write a prescription, I guess that is how they get.
Yes.
Wow.
And to be fair, listeners, I'm like a size 12. Okay? I'm not like this is not my 600-pound life. Okay? But fuck, that just pisses me off. And let's remember that the beauty standard in this country was decided by pedophiles. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
So, anyway, do I have a toxic relationship with doctors? Kinda.
Well, you know what? Did I tell you the story about the doctor I went to about my menopausal lack of libido?
No.
Did I tell you about that?
Oh, we can talk about this too. Okay. Let's hear it.
All right, so
because I got shit about that too.
All right, listeners, I am almost 55 years old, and I've been in menopause. Thank you. I've been in menopause since I was 37 years old. Okay. Medically diagnosed. I didn't even know when I was 37 years old that it was a medical diagnosis. I just thought it was something that happened to women when they were old. Not when they're 37, which is actually accurate. And my doctor was like, the reason that I was doing all this other stuff and all these other tests was because I didn't test you for menopause. You're 37 years old. Yeah. Anyway, so my lovely doctor, who could be my child, knows nothing of menopause because she's a child. Okay.
Yeah.
So she referred me to another, not a gynecologist, but a nurse practitioner in that field. Okay. Elena is her name. And I made an appointment, and I went to Elena's office. And I went in, and the little student doctor came in and asked me all the same questions that the form I filled out said, you know how they do. And I said, what's this doctor's last name? And she said, we all just call her Elena because none of us can say it, and she just got married. And I was like, oh, she just got married. Okay, good. So she's going to be a youngster too. When I tell you that a 12-year-old in a mini skirt, a crop top sweater, little booties, and fishnet pantyhose came in her little hat.
Slay.
Hi, I'm Elena.
Get it, sister.
I swear to God, I had to sit there and talk to Elena about my lack of libido. All right. Does she have any idea about this? Apparently she does, because the child fixed me.
Yeah.
With a supplement and some testosterone cream that she argued with me about. And I was like, I want the testosterone cream. So she gave me the testosterone cream. She gave me the Ristella by Bonafide. Highly recommend it, ladies.
Ooh, I think I have a sample of that.
And I don't think that you're near old enough to need it, but by golly, try it.
I'm 42. I'll be 43 in a month or two. What month is it? I'll be 43 in August.
Yeah, you're still normal perimenopausal age is coming up on you quick, if you haven't already had that. But
we've discussed it. Yeah.
Yeah. Actual menopause also, I guess, deletes my memory because I don't remember that. But yes, Elena, love her. And she was literally wearing a crop top, a mini skirt, fishnets, and boots.
I love everything about that.
I loved everything about it, too.
So you had Dugella Hauser.
I had Dugella Hauser. She was so young. And she even did kind of talk like this. You know, nobody warned me. Nobody was like, now listen, she's not, because my doctor.
Look, okay, she's 12.
My doctor, who's like, I don't know, 20, she also doesn't wear like a lab coat and all that stuff that you're used to your traditional doctors wearing. But I saw this doctor's belly button and her fishnet hose.
That's wild and adorable.
Yes.
And I'm actually really happy for Elena.
Yeah, Elena is completely
like
non-toxic.
Really
no,
great.
I love her. But I do think that doctors are toxic-ish. I definitely don't think they're a toxic waste of time.
Like, oh, no. No. Have we found anything that we've not been like, it's toxic-ish? Like, that just seems to kind of be where we usually land.
Yeah, religion.
Once we
Remember
break
that?
things down.
Religion? Remember that one?
Oh, you were
that-
like, it's
that
totally toxic.
waste of time. Yeah. I don't know. We should be keeping track.
Yeah. Hey, if you think you're our biggest fan, listeners, prove it. Show me a spreadsheet of what our rulings have been on all of our topics.
Oh, I'm totally going to make that spreadsheet.
No, dude, let the listeners do it. I need our biggest fan to come forward and prove themselves.
Okay, y'all.
John, JJ, Joshy, Carrie.
Look, today, I want our listeners to know this. Today, our last 5 episodes have been listened to in every continent listed except for Africa.
What the fuck, Africa?
Africa hasn't listened in a while.
Wow.
50. We've had 52 listeners in Africa. They are 1% of our listeners. Mm-hmm. And overall numbers, South America is below Africa. But in the last 10 episodes, Africa has not come forward.
Does it say
for
what
us.
country?
Mm-mm. No,
Weird.
It only gives me, I've got North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Oceania.
Okay, so we got to get some penguins on board. Mm-hmm. If you're a scientist at the South Pole, hit us up. We would love to talk to you about the toxicity in your environment. Sure. That was a tangent. I don't know where we were going with that. Doctors, are they toxic?
Are they toxic-ish?
I think it depends on the doctor.
Everything, it's going to always depend on the doctor.
My relationship with my general practitioner, toxic. I'm done with her.
Okay.
My relationship with other doctors in my life, I love them to death.
Yeah.
I hope I don't love them that much. I love them as long as I live. I love them.
Well, I don't have a problem with any of my current doctors.
Good. Mm-hmm. Good. All right. So non-toxic for you?
I think they're toxic-ish, though, because that doctor that when my doctor, I could still see it when he rolled in on his little rolly chair and gave me 5 minutes of his time and then rolled out to the next patient.
After you've been waiting
and I said,
all that time, and then he rolls in, sniffs you and leaves.
So this was about, I have an aneurysm in my brain, right?
Yeah,
we've talked about this before. So when I went to, this happened one time when I went to see him because I had fainted, which turned out I was just dehydrated. But I had fainted. And my husband was like, maybe you should just go see the doctor and find out, So I went to see the doctor. And as he was rolling out, I said, well, good, because I was worried about that aneurysm that I had in my brain. And he stopped on his little rolly chair and he turned it around and he rolled back in. And he was like, that what? And I said, in 2006, I had a little poop in my brain. And he was like, oh, well, you're going to go see some specialists. And that's when they found the one that's still there. So, yeah, but that didn't have anything to do with the fainting. It was just the doctor remembering for a minute that he took an oath to actually care about people and not just take their money. And he rolled back in. And
wow.
Yeah. And he sent me to some specialists.
Well.
That guy.
I'm trying to think. I had, I don't know. I've had some really traumatic doctor experiences. And in the past year, like, I don't blame the doctors. It's more the system, Like,
usually,
I kind of feel like bad doctors are like bad teachers. Like, I don't think anybody becomes a doctor to be evil or whatever.
No.
I think it's like the system just messes it all up.
Yeah. You know what? My former gynecologist, who I guess he would still be my gynecologist, but I think I like Elena. But Dr. Birch, he's been my gynecologist for a long time. And I saw him once at the grocery store in the parking lot. and he didn't see me. So I told him the next time I saw him, I was like, hey, I tried to wave at you at the grocery store. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, that usually doesn't happen to me. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, my patients don't really want to see me outside of the office. Yeah. And I was like,
there's a specific context.
Yeah, I guess I can
we acknowledge each
I can
other.
see that. I felt pretty, I felt like a weirdo. Like he looked at me so weird. And I was like, oh, so I'm the only person that would be like, hey, doctor, to my gynecologist in the wild. Like,
I would say hi to her, but like, also she just retired and I've had 3 or 4 different ones each time I've been, so I don't even know which one is which right now. That's another thing, like they just kind of shift. It's so hard to get an appointment. You shift around, you see 3 or 4 different people at the same clinic, you know. But I'll tell you a funny thing about a doctor and then we'll move on. So right as COVID lockdown happened, it was like the day after lockdown began. And I was having a panic attack about something stupid because I got out of the shower and took a Q-tip and was like drying out my ear like I usually do. No, I don't stick it all the way, you know.
Right, yeah, me too, same.
All right, I was drying out my ear, and when I pulled the Q-tip away from my ear and looked at it, there was no cotton on the end. And I was like,
oh no,
fuck. I have cotton stuck in my ear canal. And I cannot see it, you know? And so I'm panicking because also it was a very high anxiety time. Like COVID lockdown had just happened. I was having, you know, intrusive thoughts about zombies pounding down my door and shit like that. But I called a clinic near me and I was like, listen, I know I'm not going to come in for this because this is not what you need today, but I'm just asking you, if there is a piece of cotton stuck in my ear, what do I do? They were like, nothing, because cotton is actually sterile and it'll be fine. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah,
where
it'll be
will
fine.
it
Just
go?
Yeah, like worst thing that'll happen is that it just kind of stays there and the next time you go to the doctor, we'll get it out. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make me feel any better though. And so then Sean, who was my boyfriend at the time of like 2 months, came over, even though he wasn't supposed to because it was COVID. He came over and I was like, babe, can you look in my ear and see if there's a piece of cotton stuck in there? And he was like, okay, yeah, I don't see anything. It just looks like your ear. And I was like, okay. But this is what anxiety is like.
Well, I can't even believe that the doctor's office was willing to give you any answer at all.
That they answered the phone? Yeah, I really appreciated it.
Well, because like, you know, you can't call a doctor and just be like, hey, can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
You know
the
what
reason
I mean?
that I think the reason they answered was because they were telling people don't come in, you know, because of COVID.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was like the day after they did lockdown.
Okay,
you know?
so they didn't know what to do yet.
They didn't know what was happening. Everybody was freaking out. And then so they were answering the phone, you know, fortunately for me and my stupid head. Maybe there's still a piece of cotton in there.
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's creepy.
Anyways, all right.
Are you going to spin the wheel again?
Taylor Swift's favorite number, 13.
13 is podcasts.
Oh. Fuck that.
Do you think podcasts are a toxic waste of time?
I think they can definitely be a waste of time, depending on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what podcasts have done to me?
What?
I have to, like, remember to listen to music.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you prefer podcasts?
It's not a preference thing. It's just like I listen to all these podcasts and I'm like, oh, this one's next, this one's next, this one's next. And then I'm like, I should probably listen to some music.
Oh, see, wow. I wish I had time to listen to more podcasts because I don't drive really anymore because I work from home, you know? If I'm going to listen to something in the car, it's usually an audiobook because that's my field and I need to be listening to it's always something I have to read, you know? Whether it's a book I'm going to narrate or whether it's a book that, I don't know how to phrase this. I'm always listening to audiobooks when I'm in the car because I'm trying to catch up on series and things to be informed about what's happening in the audiobook community. That's what it is. It's like work pressure, you know? I have to participate in the audiobook fandom. So podcasts I want to listen to more of, but I don't because at night my husband wants to listen to records, which is lovely, and I am enjoying that a lot. So while he's listening to records, I'm like reading a paper book,
Yeah.
And podcasts just like it's sort of a rare thing for me to get to listen. My relationship with podcasts is this podcast,
Right.
And I love it. Like, it has helped me to have confidence in speaking extemporaneously. It's helped me with forming scripts. It's helped me with writing. It's just been good for me all around. And then I also get to hang out with my friend. Like, it's social time as well as hopefully putting some positive energy out into the universe or venting some negative energy, like whatever we got to do.
Yeah, it's almost like therapy.
It's almost like therapy.
We're using you people as therapists, only you just actually do sit there and nod because none of you talk to us. So
did I tell you that when I was at that podcast meetup that you didn't get to come to, she asked us, what gives you guys the right to speak on the topic of toxicity? And I told her, well, we've both detoxed from toxic work and other toxic relationships in our lives, and we've both been to therapy. And she was like, okay, cool. And I was like, yeah, that's a good question.
Did you see one of my most recent, and it might not be posted yet, but I referred to us, hold on, I'm going to find it. I referred to us in this, which one is it? I've got so many scheduled. We are toxicologists.
Toxicologists.
Yeah, we're toxicologists. I put
Well, I think we're pseudo-toxicologists.
real and then pretend. We are real pretend toxicologists. That's what I call
okay. We
this.
play toxicologists on
We
TV.
are actual pretend toxicologists. You can totally trust us. That's what I said.
It's kind of the difference between astronomy and astrology. Like how one is the real science and one is mostly bullshit. Yeah, we're toxic astrologists.
We're toxastrologists.
Toxastrologists.
Toxastrologists. I love that.
Ooh, that is a good word.
That was.
Is
Make a
my
note.
relationship with
Make a note.
podcasts toxic? No, it's non-toxic. Is my relationship with this podcast toxic? No. I love it. I think my relationship with trying to edit this podcast is sometimes toxic.
Yeah. Especially
'Cause
when I'm
sometimes-
angry about religion and listening in 2 times speed.
That was weird. Why did you do that to yourself?
Because I had a lot to do and I just wanted to do first cut, like just for the
Save
words
time.
part, And the last time I did it in like 1.25 and then I was like 1.5 and then I was like, what the hell? I'll just do it in 2. And then I was like, I think I might need therapy from listening to myself because it really speeds up
the trauma of listening to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, not the trauma of your actual trauma.
No, listening to how angry I sounded because, I'm completely misunderstood in general. I'm like super chill, but people are still like.
When you get going, she can be a little spicy.
But she doesn't mean it in a spicy way. Like, that's the thing is I'm just.
It's not like directed at me when you're spicing at me.
Right.
It's just like you gotta, it's like a volcano. You just have to let out some ash every so often.
Man. That's just all there is to it.
I'm also from the 80s, man.
Well,
I just don't remember most of the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually from the 80s.
So do you have a
in
toxic
the
relationship
70s.
with podcasts?
I think I might. I think I might have a little bit of a toxic relationship with podcasts just because why am I always listening to people talk?
Yeah,
I used to make fun of my boss, and I've heard it said before that once you get to a certain age in the car, you start listening to talking instead of music. And we used to always make fun of talk radio. And my my husband and I, we sit on the back porch in the evenings together, and we listen to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, like an actual radio program, like it's
1930.
Exactly. We sit out there listening to the radio program and the commercials.
The radio? What's that?
Even my mother, my 80-something-year-old mother goes, "Oh my God, Ivy, who listens to radio anymore?" Well, me.
Don't say that at our voiceover meetup. But I was going to say, like, the toxicity comes in that sort of compulsion to have constant talking or sound in the background, no matter what you're doing. Like, you can't exist in silence.
Oh, but I can exist in silence. So
well, good.
It's not.
But I feel like some people have that issue.
No, some people do. I've had that conversation because my husband, I have made jokes about it before that he can't breathe if the TV's not on. He doesn't even have to be in the house. It's his oxygen. Like, he gets up in the morning and turns on the TV, and then he fucking leaves. Like,
it just kind of has to be on in the background.
The TV just has to be on. And I don't do that.
I have a theory about that. I think that has to do, and this is not specific to your husband, but people that have this, like, almost an addiction to constantly listening to noise like that, that is just a coping mechanism for whatever trauma they've been through. Like, to me, it's giving abandonment. Like, you don't want to feel like you're alone. So there's voices always, I think that, and that's again a theory, I think that a lot of millennials and probably Gen X as well grew up with the TV kind of as our babysitter. And so we would be, like, left with the TV on to occupy us. And so that is when we feel comfortable and safe, is when we have a TV or some noise going on in the background. We don't even have to pay attention to it.
See, I didn't have that. I actually had time limits on TV.
Well, good. I was supposed to. And I learned how to break codes because my parents would put codes on the remote control so I couldn't watch TV, and I would crack the code.
Yeah, we didn't have remote controls. We had TVs that you had to actually walk to the TV
you
set.
You had to get up and change the channel.
Yeah,
it went
click, 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 click. And the switch was a switch. And
I had a remote control that when I tried to watch MTV, I had to put in, like, a numeric password.
MTV
in order
is
to watch
actually
MTV.
Something I meant to add to this list. I'm glad you said it.
MTV? Okay. We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. Do I have a toxic relationship with podcasts? Nah.
Yeah.
No. Non-toxic. Enough. Okay. Our podcast is maybe a little bit toxic.
Our podcast is totally toxic. It's in the name.
Yeah. I mean, are we the most toxic podcast out there? Absolutely not. No. No. No.
Come on. We're just having
that title belongs
joshing
to alpha bros who are trying to sell you protein powder. My hand on my heart, we will never try to sell you protein powder. Okay? Promise.
Oh, okay.
Ivy's like, I might.
I mean, you get me the right advertiser, I'll sell anything.
All right.
Perfume.
Okay. What's your relationship with perfume?
I can't stand it.
You can't stand it? You can't stand it.
So, and it's not that I can't stand it, but it is that I can't stand it. So, I, of course, wore perfume when I was young. Because everybody did. We all stunk like Aquanet and whatever perfume we had on at that time. I was into a perfume when I was very young called Exclamation.
Oh, I'm familiar.
I always signed my name Ivy with an exclamation point. I was like Madonna and Cher, only I added
that's cute.
The exclamation point. And so like I've always put an XX, and so like I sign my paintings XX exclamation point. I don't even put my name on it. And it used to come in this little bottle that was an exclamation point. And so I saw some on the internet not that long ago, and the bottle was the little white exclamation point with the black line.
Iconic.
And I ordered it, and it came in just a regular, stupid, dumb perfume bottle.
Sad.
And I tried to wear it.
Sorry.
You are so good looking.
Oh, thank you.
So I tried to wear it. It was way too strong. Like I tried to do that thing that the young kids do where they spray it and then walk through it. Still way too strong. I work in a gym, and I have worked in a gym for, this gym for 20 years, and I worked in 4 gyms before that. So I've been working in gyms for years. And we don't like people to have scents in the gym because it interferes with everything. Overpowering smells while you're exercising and sweating is very bad.
It's kind of like bad etiquette.
It's just bad. And we used to have to put signs up, but we don't have to do that anymore. And so I just don't wear when I was early 20s, before I started, not even early 20s, shit, I've been married since then. I'm about 18, 19 years old. I liked a perfume called Red Door.
Also familiar.
And I used to
Arden.
do, yes, Red Door. But now perfume is everything's like a whole thing. But like my daughter-in-law, before she had Daphne, that was what she was into, was perfume. Like that was her favorite thing in the world. She doesn't wear perfume anymore because she had a baby. But there's people who they spend lots of money on fancy ass perfumes, and I'm just. And then there's like body sprays. Like I don't even know. I don't use anything. I don't even use scented laundry detergent. I don't want to smell anything.
Okay. Fair. So it sounds like you maybe don't have a toxic relationship with perfume, but you just have like a whole boundary about it. Like just no.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I have smelled things that I thought smelled nice. And then I've literally been mostly men, like cologne type things that I need to leave the room. It is too strong. It is overpowering. I don't understand. And my son, he was coming over for a while and he smelled like straight up rubbing alcohol. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Why do you smell like rubbing alcohol? And he was like, I don't know. It's a pretty expensive cologne. And I was like, you need to shake it. Like, go home and shake it. Something's wrong there. No, but I
need to know. You need to ask him.
I have smelled rubbing alcohol on other people. And I think that perception is different for a lot of things. I think perception is different with colognes and perfumes. And also, aren't they like trying to add like pheromones and stuff now? Is it like some people are going to be turned on by that and some people are going to smell straight up rubbing alcohol?
I don't know. Do I have a relationship with perfume? Very much. I might have a toxic relationship with it. And I mean that, I say that because I tend to spend too much money on it. So I've always loved perfume and fragrances of all kinds. My grandmother had a signature scent, and it is Elizabeth Taylor's Passions.
Of course.
Passion. Are you familiar? Okay. And because she had that signature scent, like I kind of grew up thinking, ooh, I want to have a signature scent. You know, that's going to be part of my style.
No, that was me with the exclamation. It was like going to be my thing.
Yeah. And so anyway, I love fragrances. I love making my own perfumes. I love making scented candles and stuff like that. So I like playing with fragrance. I like essential oils, right? But I have gotten kind of obsessive about perfume before. Like I've gotten hyperfixated. I've learned more than any human probably needs to know about those things. And so when you were talking about exclamation, I went to a website called Fragrantica, where they have pretty much every perfume that's ever existed that you could purchase. And I found exclamation to look at the notes. That's like the scent, various fragrances that are in it. And the number one is powdery. It's like powdery, vanilla, fruity, sweet, woodsy, musky, white, floral are the notes. Wow. So I went and looked at the notes. And I have not smelled this in a long time, but sounds like it would be freaking delicious.
It's not
like
bad.
The top note is peach, and then there's heliotrope and vanilla. That sounds delicious. They probably stopped making it because of the heliotrope, because there's something about that is toxic to people with lots of exposure. So they have like synthetic heliotrope now, I believe.
Who's crying?
Your mom.
What is wrong with you? Oh, it's Neptune. He's crying in the other room.
Anyways, I love fragrance. My husband and I picked out the fragrances we were going to wear on our wedding day together. So that was really special.
Did you make an effort to make sure they blend well? Like, is that a thing?
No.
No?
Like, you can. But the one that I picked out was really expensive. So I ended up only getting a sample of it for the wedding. And then for Christmas that year, he bought me the whole bottle, which was really sweet. And it was very expensive. But it was the only thing that I asked for. So
when I was in, I guess it would have been the 5th grade, I had a next door neighbor named Jenny. And she gave me this little plastic box, and it had these tiny little tubes, tiny little glass tubes that you break open, and it's a one-time use perfume that her grandmother had given her. And somewhere in my bathroom, I still have a couple of those because of that. I have this toxic trait where I will save things forever, waiting for the perfect
that is a toxic
time.
trait. Yeah.
I kind of put that aside in 2020 before the pandemic when I did the that thing where you hold everything in your hand, and if it doesn't bring you joy,
the Marie
you throw
Kondo.
it the fuck away. Yeah, I did that before the pandemic, right before it, like in January of 2020. And I came across some things that I was like, what the fuck am I waiting for? And then also like face masks, like the one-time use face masks, they expire. Don't sit them aside and wait for them. Like, what was I fucking waiting for?
Yeah, that's the thing. You just have to use your products that are special. Like, I get saving it for a special occasion and not just wasting it, but
if you don't have a special occasion coming up, and also, come on, you can just get more.
But like, here's the thing about fragrances. My husband will wear the fragrance that we picked out together for him to wear at the wedding. And his is like, it's like a Gucci fragrance. It's not that expensive. You can get it at Sephora. So if he runs out of it, we can get him more. It's not like precious.
Sure.
You know, the one that I picked out, girl, we gonna make that last.
But do they go bad?
Expensive. Not as fast as you would think, because they're mostly alcohol.
Yeah.
So
that's why I told Sonny to shake that shit. I'm like, all I can smell is alcohol.
It's weird, like, the way that perfume works, it does contain a lot of alcohol typically because that is like the vehicle to carry the oils that have the fragrance through the air onto your body. The alcohol evaporates and the different molecules in the fragrance evaporate at different rates, which is why when you spray a fragrance on, usually the first thing you smell is the alcohol, and then that has to evaporate. So it could just be that when he sprayed it on, it was like he sprayed it in the car and he walked right in, and you first smelled like the bite of alcohol. So if it had been on his skin for a while, it may have smelled different.
Okay.
Which is why I want to know what the fragrance was.
Well, because he said something to me about, like, that's weird because I wore it yesterday and so liked it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because it warms up on your skin after a certain amount of time. So a nice fragrance will have layers to it. And for instance, if it has a citrus note, the citrus note usually is going to evaporate first. So if it's got citrus and, let's say, a floral in the middle note, that'll last a little longer than the citrus, and then that one will eventually evaporate, and then you'll get the base note, which might be like vanilla or sandalwood or musk.
Look at you with
something.
Your
I told you I was a nerd about it.
Toxicology,
toxastrology. Yeah. So, and also body chemistry plays a role. So it could be that certain scents on certain people's skin will smell.
That's what I meant
different.
about like the pheromones and stuff. Like it's like something that you have to kind of play around with.
Yeah, people do include those in fragrances, but I don't think that has I've tried one of those before, and it just kind of smelled like cheap perfume from Claire's or something, and it didn't really do anything for my husband. When he smelled it, he was like, "Oh, that's nice." It wasn't like, made him feral or something.
So you mentioned essential oils.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with patchouli?
Okay. By your tone, Ivy.
Well, since you know stuff.
I do know stuff. So patchouli is a very strong fragrance note. Mm-hmm. I like it. It does tend to overpower the other notes in a scent if it's not used carefully. But I have some fragrances that are lovely that contain patchouli as a note. So there's one from Lush that's called Karma, and it's like patchouli and orange, and it's really nice, and it lasts a long time.
I'm talking straight up patchouli.
Straight up patchouli is usually too strong for me. I do have some incense that's patchouli that I like, but again, it's usually a little too strong, so you have to use it really sparingly. I have patchouli essential oil, and when I use that in a custom fragrance, like I will use a drop, like 2-3 drops. Like it's very potent. Mm-hmm. Do you have a relationship where like it sounds like you have an association with it or something?
Oh, no, again, from the 80s. And patchouli was like the only thing that mattered in the world in which I lived. Everybody was, oh, patchouli. Everybody's all dousing themselves in patchouli. Every head shop, every store.
Well, it does smell like a head shop.
Everything every shop on West End that you walked into, you're hit in the face with patchouli. I did not have a sort of feeling toward it then. Like it was just normal. It was every fucking where I went. Mm-hmm. I think my husband's mother bathed in it. It was like,
oh Lord,
it was like it was so strong on her. I have a work associate who likes to wear patchouli, and we actually had to crack down on that at the gym because of
that's going to be too strong.
Scents. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I don't. I mean, I don't hate it. It's just one of those things. Like I love a good head shop, but I don't like the way they smell at all. I don't like incense.
Okay.
Again, like smells for me have changed over the years. Like, first of all, their smells can trigger feelings in me. Not bad. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm saying that smells can, like, they bring back memories.
Totally.
And
that's
like
a scientific thing.
Sometimes I'll smell something and not even know what the memory is, but it's just like a feeling. Mm-hmm. And patchouli is one of those that is like, it hits me in a way,
Yeah. I had a weird experience when I was wearing that fragrance that I was telling you about that has patchouli in it. I was wearing it and I got in a car with one of my theater friends who was older than me and divorced. And he got in the car with me and he was like, "Oh my God, you smell like my ex-wife." Like, whoa. And he was like really intensely, like got weird about it and got kind of obsessive about it. And I was like, "Sir, I don't know you like that. Like this, can you stop?" And it really like triggered a visceral memory for him, just that fragrance, and it's a real thing. But that's why I wanted wedding fragrances, because then if my husband, if I've been out of town for a while and I come back smelling like that wedding perfume, that's going to work real well for me. So, but yeah, I try to be like conscious of if I'm going to be in close quarters with someone, like if if I get in the car with you today and you feel like my fragrance is too strong, please tell me, because I'll just make sure that I'm not wearing anything the next time that we have to be in the car together.
Said, it's usually colognes. It's not usually women's perfumes that I struggle with. It's usually men's colognes. Like we have one friend, and I mean, I love hanging out with him. I love seeing him. Mm-hmm. But I've left the room before.
Yeah.
Like I've had to. I can't
People
take
go
it
a little ham
because
sometimes.
I don't even know, what do you say? Like, okay, listeners, that's a good topic. Like, what do you say?
Great question. Here's what you say. You ask, "Oh my gosh, what fragrance are you wearing?" And then if he acts like he's real excited about it, just listen to him talk about it and then be like, it's really nice, but sometimes a strong fragrance like that can give me a migraine. Like, don't even put it on him. Just like have a conversation about how sometimes strong scents will affect you. You know?
I mean, like my son, like I told you, he walked in the house and I was like, God damn, you smell like fucking alcohol, because he's my son. But like a friend or something, I don't want to hurt their feelings. But damn, that stank.
I think if you just say, maybe the next time that you notice a fragrance on a third party, like if you're out and you are standing in line and you notice someone's fragrance, you can be like, that smells nice, but it's really strong.
Well, what can they do that's already on them?
What do you mean?
They can't go take it off.
Yeah, you can.
How?
You can go wash it off with soap.
Like if you walk, if I'm spritzing and walking through it, it's all the.
It's gonna be on your clothes then. Mm-hmm. If you spritz it and walk through it, that's the lightest application. Like that's.
I know that's why I did it with the exclamation, and it overpowered me.
That one is notoriously strong. That one is.
Okay.
But it's because of the powdery note and the musk, I believe. Like when I was looking at my memory of it, I remember it just being like overpoweringly like synthetic and powdery to me.
Okay.
But the notes that are listed here on Fragrantica they sound lovely. So maybe I would like it now, or maybe it just develops and I was only remembering the alcohol part of it, like the opening of it. So I don't know.
And isn't it funny too? That was my jam. Exclamation was my jam. I was like, it was made
I need to go
right?
find a bottle of it and smell it.
Just need that exclamation bottle.
Do you remember the commercial? Exclamation. It was like,
no,
really, I do.
It
was very 90s
commercials for it.
It was fairly inexpensive.
It was from like the Taylor drugstore. It was
I
was like 10. Mm-hmm. Like it was
I have too many fragrances now that I really love for me to have like a signature scent, and it's also seasonal to me. Like in the summer, I'll wear something different than I wear in the fall or in the winter. I'll wear something different during the day than I wear at night. So I just like to have everything. But I also make custom fragrances, and I usually do that with an alcohol and then some essential oils, basically. And you blend it, put it in a spray bottle. Maybe toxic relationship because we just talked about that for like 30 minutes.
I mean, to me, I think that you find perfume to be non-toxic, but you can't drink it.
Right. Like, I think maybe as a thing that I have been obsessed with, it can get toxic when I get too obsessive, And also that website, Fragrantica, is like low-key MAGA. It's weird. Like, people will comment on stuff. All right. Well, you know what I think about strawberry as a note in a fragrance designed for an adult woman? That brings me to the vocab word of the week. The vocab word of the week is puerile. Puerile. It means childish, immature, or silly in a way that is not appropriate for an adult. If you want strawberry fragrance, I feel like you're going to smell like a little girl. That's just my opinion. It's a little puerile.
Puerile. That's almost like the way I pronounce squirrel. Puerile. Squirrel.
You got squirrels eating your birdseed outside? Beautiful. Okay. I think that's our episode.
I think so too.
I think that's our episode this week. Thank you so much for joining us. This is fun. These are fun to make. So join us next week when we will be talking about friendships. There are definitely some points of toxicity we can discuss in friendships and types of friendships and types of friends and things that the media wants us to think about friends. So be sure to tune in next week for that. Ivy, what do they do if they want to get in touch with us?
Oh my God. They can go to our social media at Toxic Waste of Time, at both Facebook and Instagram. They can email us at contact@toxicwasteoftime, and they can write reviews where they listen to the podcast.
Yeah, please do that. We would love to get some feedback.
And some ratings.
Yep.
Like right now, our ratings are really high because it was like only like our best friends and my boss.
Shh, don't tell them that. We have such high ratings. We're the best podcast ever.
#1 podcast.
Yep. In the world, best podcast.
Yeah. There is no podcast better than us.
That's right. Yes. Also, you can join us on Reddit, r/toxic waste of time. And we're going to have a Patreon soon. So when we have that, I'll put that information in when I have it.
Yep.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much. That was really fun.
Yeah,
we could totally just do icebreakers sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you next time.